Hello there, Spartans. So today I just want to teach you a few things about the importance of being a YouTube commentator and what you need to get started. So first of all, there's a few programs you're going to need to get started. Now, if I go down the line here, you're going to need, first of all, obviously Steam, because you're going to need to be able to access games. Vegas Pro 12, this is going to be your most important tool in the shed. You're going to need Dextery or Fraps. I prefer Dextery. It's all about, however you feel about it. And possibly, Game Booster, whatever you feel like using. So first of all, recording. When you're recording, obviously you're probably going to need Dextery or whatever. So you want to open up Dextery or Fraps and configure it. Now, I'll show you my configure settings that work wonderful. I used to use Fraps before, but I changed to Dextery after seeing some of its capabilities, and it's a very, very nice program. I really like it. As you can see, I'm using up quite a bit of RAM, so I'm going to try to keep this quick. Wow. But also, Vegas Pro 12, I'll show you how to use it. Okay, so here we are, Dextery. As you can see, this is kind of the first page right here. Oh, actually, I don't know, whatever. We'll start with the first page here. Now, obviously, you have the overlays. You can mess with that. You have where you're recording to. Excuse me. You want to always test your run speed. So what you're going to do is you're going to go here, benchmark. You're going to run it. Obviously, mine's a little bit slower because I'm using up tons of RAM and CPU. So whatever. But my usual write speed is okay. Come on, seriously. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for this to finish. Cancel. So usually it's at 107 megabytes per second when I'm not running rain meter and all these other things, and obviously Camtasia. But yeah, you want to find a nice place to designate this. My suggestion to you, if you want to get the most out of your recordings so they're not extremely slow with your FPS and whatnot, what you want to do is you want to get an external hard drive. Now you can use a solid slate drive, you can just use an HDD, you get an external, whatever. I record to this hard drive here because I don't have anything else to record to yet. Your hotkeys, these are important also. For start and stop, I use equals, which I recommend to you because you're not going to be using that much in video games. Obviously, you have your video codecs, Dextery, you can even use the Fraps video decompressor, it's all up to you. Frames per second. Now, this is really important. Now, you want your frames to be at 30 because it doesn't matter either way what you have it at. You want your file output right here, and you want AVI. You want your percentage at 100%, and you want your sizing to 1280 by 720. Obviously, you don't have to do anything here or here. Now you go into your audio. What I do is I have two channels. I have, my audio for my stereo mix, and it's important you put it on 192 hertz right there, stereo, because that's the best for sound. Same thing with your microphone, 24-bit, and there you go. You want to go to your screenshots? Doesn't really matter. Just kind of keep these settings as it is. You always want to use default setting. You don't have to do anything here if you don't want to. This is all fine and whatever. If we go here, this is your raw cap converter. You don't have to do anything with that. Your settings, AVI fix, whatever. Okay, here we go. Don't need to do anything with this. And this is your AVI, and then you go video setting. Now, for your video settings, you don't have to do anything with output 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, actually 2, 3, or 4. Output 1, you want to keep it at 1280 by 720, and that's all you have to do. So there you go. Dextery is already set up. So that's one step. Second step, Vegas Pro. Now I'll show you what I use for my settings. Now this is going to take a while to open up because I am running so many things at once. Also, a nice thing that you don't have to do if you have a really good computer, but if you want to, I recommend getting Game Booster 3. It stops a lot of unnecessary things that are going on with your computer, and so you don't use up so much RAM and CPU. So that way you don't have so much lag in your videos. So if I go to the Start Task Manager, And if you don't want to use Game Booster, you can always do it by your processes at Windows Task Manager. Obviously, you can see all your processes here and whatnot. There you go. You don't need everything running. Like, see if I can just stop that. I can stop this stuff. I can turn off Steam. All this stuff. Rain meter, that's a hindrance, obviously. See, you can just do this, which is even better. Now, for your settings, these are extremely important. You do not need to be going all out into like really high settings because YouTube's max is 1080, so it doesn't really matter. So you want to go to your properties. Your template should be this. Alright, so just, check this from the drop down menu. Keep all this stuff the way it is. Audio, obviously 4800 for your sample rate on the hertz. Ruler, don't really need to do with anything else. And when you like save or you render, say like, okay, let's go into something I can render. So let's like open up something real quick. Libraries, documents, desktop, and montage clips. Say I want to open up this Duke Nukem Forever clip 1. Okay, see, there you go. Ha ha ha, so funny. So yeah, there you go. That's all you have to do. And then what you want to do is you want to go to render as, and now use these exact settings I'm using, because you won't have to do so much, and it won't take so long. Obviously you can choose the folder output. That's all up to you. Go down to Windows Media Video V11 WMV. Choose 4.8 Mbps HD 720 24p video. You can customize your template, so you can customize it even more for, a lot less time and whatnot. There you go. Always keep it 1280 by 720. You want sharpest for your video smoothness. Bitrate, you can keep all this stuff good, whatever. Once again, all these settings are up to you. Now, another very important thing that I'm going to touch upon about your commentating, you want a really good mic. Now, for those of you who want to get into this and you're using a laptop mic, that is a bad idea. And why that is because you sound horrible with them. I used them before, and they're just not good. You need to invest in a mic. Now, obviously, there's tons of mics out there. You can get a Samson CO1U. I'll put the links in the description. The Blue Yeti Snowball, great mic. It doesn't have to be something extremely expensive. I'm using a Rock Band microphone, and those go for like $20. And I'm going to upgrade to the Samson CO1U. That's what PewDiePie uses. So you don't have to go all out to have great sound. Now, next, for your computer, obviously, you want a good computer. So, oh, sorry, I went to the wrong thing. Go to your properties, see how your computer stacks up. Obviously, you want a lot of RAM. I have 6 gigabytes. Not the greatest, but it's okay. I need to refresh my Windows Experience Index or whatever. I have an Intel i7 CPU 960 at 3.20 gigahertz. Really good processor. I mean, once again, you want a gaming computer. You don't want a laptop for this stuff. Unless you have a gaming laptop that can, go really well with this stuff. You want to be doing well with what you have. Now, the last part is for the people who are, doing something like, I don't know, face cams. You want to use Windows Live Movie Maker. Now, this can run you deep because you need a good webcam. I'm using a Logitech, I don't know. I'm just using a Logitech one, and it was like $40. Kind of expensive, not really. And it has really good quality. It's HD 720. If you don't use the Dextery and you can't record your voice with Fraps, I suggest you use Audacity. That's another good program, and you can manipulate your sound levels to sound however you want. I mean, there's so many things you can choose, and you can't go wrong. It doesn't have to be really expensive to be good. Obviously, you can do anything you want. You can get different types of equipment. I mean, if you want to learn from this, I'll just say, go for a good microphone. It doesn't need to be expensive, but it doesn't need to be like cheap. Like, it can't be cheap, because if it's cheap, it's not good. If it's slightly expensive, like if it's gonna run you 20 to 40 bucks down in the hole, then you're going in the right direction. You want a good mouse, you want a good microphone, you want a good computer, you want good hardware for recording and whatnot. Like this, Sony Vegas Pro 12 is one of the best rendering programs I have ever used. If you're using Windows Live Movie Maker for your rendering for videos, you're doing something wrong. You cannot use that. It doesn't give good quality. It's cheap, it's free, but if you want to be a professional commentator, you need to use a good program that could run you deep. Vegas Pro 12, it's not $1,200, but it's very expensive, is what I'm saying. Also, if you don't have money, you can torrent. I don't condone that because you're stealing money from companies, whatever. But if you need to, and you absolutely need to, go for it. And one last thing, to be professional when you do your videos. Silence your cell phones, silence your phones. Just take out every single distraction that could be a distraction, or anything that can be a distraction. I have my phone on silent, on vibrate, so it's not extremely loud. And always, if you need to, use flashcards when you're talking. But some people like the sporadic idioticness in, when you do videos. PewDiePie has done that, and it's gotten him quite famous. Same thing with Kryken. You don't need to you don't need to make a script to be good at commentating. You just need to be yourself. Don't be something fake. Don't be a Ray William Johnson. Don't be a Shane Dawson. Don't be a Mika Kitty. Be original. Because if you don't have originality, then you're not going to get recognized. So, just want to let you know that. Always want to use good tags when you're uploading, and be interesting. Don't have your videos go on forever. Edit out your videos. Put time and effort into your videos. That makes you much more recognizable, more professional, and people will love you more. So I hope this guide really helped. And if it did, please give a like and a favorite. Share it around. Do whatever you want to. If it didn't help you, well, I'm sorry. No, I don't want to change to the color scheme. If you're wondering, this is Ubuntu theme for Windows 7, by the way, just if you wanted to know. But that's all I've got to say for now, guys. So, take my words of advice or not, it's all up to you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.